On this video, you can see Prime Minister Modi doing Garba. Now, interestingly, this video is fake and it has been generated by the use of artificial intelligence. Prime Minister Modi has himself expressed concerns around the use of artificial intelligence. But this does not discount the fact that every business on earth right now is getting disrupted by the use of artificial intelligence and ChatGPT. Be it the content creation game, be it the enterprise SaaS, be it manufacturing. For example, companies like Tesla are working quite aggressively on driverless cars, which uses artificial intelligence technology. And finally, even the world of finance is getting impacted by the use of AI. Now, this trend is not very different from the internet trend that came out in the late 90s, early 2000s, that there were internet-based companies and they were raising millions just because of the fact that they were doing something around internet. Now, something similar is happening in the artificial intelligence space, that companies like Microsoft, Tesla, Amazon, Google, every single company or every single big tech company is playing this game and throwing the gauntlet in terms of building businesses around AI. And this industry looks like that it is the next gold rush industry. And as investors, we need to understand this space slightly more deeply. So on this video, I'm going to do three things. Number one, I'm going to help you understand the power of AI. Second, I'm going to give you my estimate. Who is it or which companies are there that are going to dominate the AI space in India and across the world. And third and finally, if you're looking to make investments in the AI space, what are some trigger points that you should keep in mind and some frameworks that you should remember that can help you generate maximum returns on your investment. To make this video, I had to study a lot, so do consider supporting these type of videos. Everything will be fundamentally taught. If you like and subscribe to this channel, these type of videos would reach out to more fundamental investors and will make them truly aware. So with that said, let's begin our video. And one of the key reasons why I'm making this video right now is the fact that the US market has started to rebound. Take a look at Nasdaq Composite. This represents the entire sentiment of the US market when it comes to Nasdaq. So Nasdaq are slightly more tech oriented companies. And you will see that if you consider the 5-year graph, you will see that Nasdaq has not even cut its previous peak, which was achieved somewhere in November of 2021. So 2 years have happened and Nasdaq has not even achieved its peak. Interestingly, the reason why I say that Nasdaq is coming back up is कि आप यहाँ से देखो, in the last 1 month 10% gain has come in Nasdaq. Approximately month and a half back, I was speaking about Amazon, that I am adding more of Amazon to my portfolio and the stock has started to do really well. I was talking in a similar fashion approximately 1.5 years back when I had aggregated a lot of US based stocks. आप लोग काफी मेरे से पूछते रहते थे that you know what, should we start buying US stocks now? Should we not buy US stocks now? See, as per the current business setup of these companies, they are probably hitting their all-time high now. Be it Apple, Amazon, all these companies have recovered quite wonderfully well. But if you are keeping a view that, you know what, I want to bet on this AI, these companies, these big companies are throwing their weight behind this AI and I'm okay creating a portfolio and holding it for the next 5-10 years and see how this AI space will evolve, then this video becomes critically important for you because you need to start cultivating and curating your portfolio on this theme from now. So that is the vision with which I'm shooting this video. And also all of us understand that AI is a very powerful theme. We cannot miss out on it as investor, but we cannot also miss out on the theme around AI and ChatGPT as a learner as well. It is very important to be educated about this space. So on that note, let me introduce you to the sponsors of today's video, which is Growth School. It is a wonderful platform for upskilling. It is quite evident that going forward in the future, there are going to be two types of people. One who learn about AI, ChatGPT and new technologies, and then there are a set of people who would continue to discard these technologies कि कुछ होगा नहीं disruption इससे. So if you are looking to develop, cultivate your career, then definitely learn about artificial intelligence and ChatGPT. Now Growth School does a paid workshop, but for my viewers, first 1000 people who will sign up using the link in the description and comment box, they will organize a free workshop for all of you. You can attend it absolutely free of cost and learn about ChatGPT and AI for free. Now this is a 3-hour workshop where the concepts are taught in a very fluid manner, very easy to understand language is used. So even if you're a beginner and if you come from any domain, be it finance, maths, science, arts, whichever background is it, and you want to use it in personal capacity or professional capacity, attending this workshop will help you out a lot in terms of accelerating your career. I have personally attended this workshop and found it to be very useful. This workshop has been attended by close to 500,000 people and the reviews have been excellent. And again, this workshop is free, absolutely free for first 1000 student who use the links in the description and comment box for signing up. So with that said, let's move over to the main video and let's first and foremost quickly discuss the power of AI and how it is actually disrupting the business world. So first key point that you must understand is the difference between three keywords. One is called as artificial intelligence, one is called as machine learning, and third is called as deep learning. Because these three words are often convoluted and समझ में नहीं आता, and then companies are building businesses around these three keywords. So if you are looking to invest in any of the companies, at least get like a basic fundamental understanding on what these three terms means. I'll explain it in 15-20 seconds. So see, artificial intelligence is a fairly broad word. It is a superset which includes machine learning and deep learning within it. Artificial intelligence in simple word means कि machine का दिमाग होना. Intelligence means what? That we associate human intelligence with brain, कि आपका दिमाग कितना है. Similarly, artificial means machine and उसमें दिमाग कितना है, that is called as artificial intelligence. कि machine becomes intelligent, they start learning things on their own, so to say. Now, how does learning things on their own will happen? Will they go to school? Will they start reading books? Maybe, maybe not. So on that note, you need to study the second keyword, which is called as machine learning. See, there is a machine and how will the machine learn? You have to feed it complex data. So machine learning in simple terms is a subfield of artificial intelligence where a lot of data is fed to the algorithm or a machine based algorithm, and the machine ka dimag बढ़ता रहता है because it keeps on absorbing, processing data, and it keeps on building learning pathways. Then comes the third point, that this is called as deep learning. Now deep learning is a subset of machine learning because अभी तक यार आपने सुना होगा कि मशीन लर्निंग तो कंप्यूटर इज आल्सो मशीन लर्निंग ओनली, दैट वी आर राइटिंग कोड्स, वी आर गिविंग इट टू द मशीन एंड इट इज प्रोसेसिंग इट C++ में एंड Java .NET में एंड ऑल दैट स्टफ. सो यस, दैट इज theoretically right, but the type of applications people want to build or commercial entities want to build using artificial intelligence, those are slightly more advanced. For example, as humans, what do you think is our superpower? Our brain is very, very powerful. We are able to process a lot of information. We are able to approximate what is going to happen next. We are able to analyze a situation not only analytically or quantitatively but also qualitatively. जैसे इमोशनल इंटेलिजेंस बोला जाता है, तो ह्यूमंस में इमोशनल इंटेलिजेंस होती है. नाउ व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ इमोशनल इंटेलिजेंस? शेल्डन कूपर का अच्छा एग्जांपल होता है दैट देयर इज अ शो कॉल्ड एज बिग बैंग थ्योरी, एंड पीपल हु नो about Sheldon Cooper, they will get this point, that Sheldon Cooper very good in terms of brain work, right, and doing things analytically, but when it comes to understanding sarcasm, he sometimes fails. So that is the point, that when it comes to artificial intelligence, companies are looking to create more intelligent applications that requires much deeper learning. So this deep learning is a subset of that. So I hope that these three highly complicated words, जिस पे 2-2 घंटे की क्लास हो सकती है, you are able to get it in very simple language. So now comes the natural response that अच्छा ऐसा क्या हो रहा है, right? I mean इतना हुआ क्यों मचा हुआ है? That OpenAI में recently Sam Altman was fired, and then the board did something, then they brought him back, then Satya Nadella said something. इतना ड्रामा क्यों मचा हुआ है? Because OpenAI is the most valued AI firm, so to say, right now, and a lot of money is riding on it. Everyone wants that golden crown to themselves. And it is like a very heated thing that is happening in the tech world as of now. So I'll not go into the politics, but I'll show you one application of OpenAI, which is called as DALL-E 3. Now take a look at this 1-minute video. I will just quickly play it here and you can take a look at it. It wonderfully captures the essence as to how easy it is to create multiple applications by using very simple words and text-based instructions. So take a look at this video and then you yourself will get the application part of what AI can do. Now, similar to DALL-E 3, there are a bunch of startups, AI-based startups, that are creating a series of different applications. In fact, when it comes to some of the most valued startups, they themselves are getting or pivoting at least a part of their business to AI. So let me show you a couple of examples. So here is the list of 20 most valuable startups globally. आप यहाँ पे देख सकते हो कि OpenAI is an enterprise tech. It is a complete AI based startup, and इसके आसपास आप देखोगे कि there is something called as Stripe, there is something called as Canva. So these are also big companies, but theoretically speaking, Stripe is a fintech player, Canva is a graphics designing company, so to say. But let me show you one application. So for example, here is the snippet of Stripe, which is theoretically, not an AI-based startup, but they have started to incorporate artificial intelligence into their business model. Similarly, take a look at these snippets that I have pulled from Canva. They have started to use something called as DAL-E, again, the previous version of it, in order to improve their interface. So no matter which type of startup we are looking at, be it AI focused or non-AI focused tech-based startups, they have all started to integrate AI in some format or the other on their businesses. So anyways, the summary point here is that see, AI is definitely something which internet was like back in the 90s. It's a growing baby, and next 20-30 years can actually belong to companies that capture the AI space. This is the same sentiment that has been captured by some of the brightest mind in tech, be it Sam Altman or Satya Nadella. Both of them are saying that, you know what, AI is going to be the next big thing. In fact, the interesting history of OpenAI is that OpenAI was started by Sam Altman and Elon Musk both. Elon Musk left OpenAI back in somewhere around 2019. The reason was that there was a conflict of interest because Elon Musk owned Tesla and even Tesla was experimenting in the AI field. अब वो क्या specifically कर रहे थे मुझे नहीं पता. But to cut the long story short, the brightest minds in tech are all working on tech. They definitely see it as the next big layer or next big mover in the business world. And the lesson for us as investor is कि भाई कुछ portion of our money has to be dedicated to AI based stocks in some format or the other. So now let me start speaking about that. If you are looking to invest your money in the AI domain, what are potential bets that you could possibly take? What are the things that you should keep in mind? मैं आपको stocks की list दे सकता हूँ, but that will be nonsense. ना आप वीडियो देखना छोड़ दोगे, आप बोलोगे हमें तो stock की list चाहिए. So I will speak about specific examples. You can take it as a learning experience, but more importantly, understand the framework that I am teaching you and apply it. Because these days फालतू की खबरें उड़ाई जाती हैं. That you know what, in India there are these 10 different startups that are working in AI. नहीं हो रहा इंडिया में AI based काम हो रहा है. In fact, I will name you one company that I feel can become really big, but they are not doing direct work in AI as of now. But I'll explain you the investment thesis behind that company also. You will be surprised. So watch the video till the very end. You will get it. Now let me take you through the entire process of understanding these type of businesses. Now I could have built a very complicated framework, but let me explain you a very simple framework that you can apply, and please make a note of this particular framework in case you're looking to invest in AI based stocks. See, first and foremost point is that the company that you're picking with that AI theme, it should have research money with it. If it does not have a few $1 billion lying around for investing in research, there is no way it will be able to attract talent. Again, a great case study is that of OpenAI. जब Sam Altman को हटाया, then a letter was sent by their employees that reinstate him. Otherwise, 80-90% of our workforce is also going to quit. Now, if you have no people who are working on the OpenAI project, then it becomes a problem for the company. Hiring new people, bringing them on board. So, ability to attract talent comes from where? Leadership, that's A. Second, and more importantly, it comes from money, that if you can pay your engineers really well, then of course they are going to sign up to become a part of your mission. So this is very, very important. The reason being that finding product market fit on AI based products can take substantial amount of time. Again, let's pick the case study of OpenAI. Now type it in the description box. When was OpenAI started? Just type it. Pause the video, Google it and type it that when was OpenAI started and when did you learn about OpenAI? Well, most of us would have heard of it around like 2020, 2021 time when ChatGPT was launched, which was one of the products of OpenAI. Why? Because it found somewhat of a product market fit. So 5-7 साल बाद, right, of the company starting burning so much money on research, it was able to find product market fit. So I hope that this first part is critical and is well understood that research is very, very important here. Second is that the company should have the ability to deal with regulation. Now here is a snippet of what UK government is thinking about the frontier risk on AI. अभी होता क्या है इसके चक्करों में मत पड़ो. Basically there is a lot of risk involved around AI. For example, मोदी जी said कि यार गरबा करते हुए दिखा दिया मुझे. This was not even my video. So how can this be done? Of course, he has every right to worry. कल को कुछ भी वीडियो निकल जाता है लोगों का. So from that perspective, this deepfake technology is very, very dangerous. It also means that heavy regulations are going to come in this industry. And आपने कोई छोटा मोटा खिलाड़ी पकड़ लिया है, right? And you are thinking, you know what, पैसा बन जाएगा इस चीज़ में. Be mindful that regulations are managed by big companies, so to say. So from that perspective, whichever company you pick, please understand that it should have ability to manage regulations, so to say. Third key point, that whichever company you are picking, it should have a product market fit. The more you learn about the company, the type of products it is building, you will get more clarity around it. I will help you understand through the case study of Microsoft, Google and Meta that which of these three companies are doing a good job when it comes to PMF. So uske hisab se you can at least pick my version of it and then study more and decide wherever you want to invest. Then comes the fourth point, which is legal lawsuits. यहाँ पे धड़ाधड़ लॉसूट्स होंगे, एक कंपनी दूसरे पे लांछन लगाई, हमारी चोरी कर ली, सेकंड कंपनी वैसे नहीं, हमारा तो ओरिजिनल था. सो नॉट हैविंग द एबिलिटी टू फाइट लॉसूट्स इज अगेन गोइंग टू बिकम अ मेजर प्रॉब्लम. This war is going to get ugly. Then comes the fifth point, which is path to profitability. See, right now AI or applications of AI is a very broad vision. सब अपनी अपनी लंबी लंबी कहानियां सुना रहे हैं. Now in this leg, this कहानी सुनाने वाला story telling वाली चीज used to be very prominent 5, 6, 10 years back. Up until now that has somewhat peaked. सबको सुनने में बहुत अच्छी कहानी लगती थी. नाउ पीपल हैव स्टार्टेड टू आस्क कि अच्छा मामाअर्थ यू हैव डन योर IPO, शो अस प्रॉफिट्स. सिमिलरली पेटीएम, आपने पैसा उड़ा दिया हमारे, नाउ शो अस प्रॉफिट्स. सिमिलरली जोमेटो, आपका 130 140 स्टॉक प्राइस था, कट कुटा के अब सस्ता हो गया है. Where is your profitability? So people have started to ask for profitability. Investors have started to ask for profitability. So this path to profitability is going to be a very, very important matrix for any company in the AI space that you are betting on. Simply do not believe in the story that AI आ गया है, सब कुछ disrupt हो जाएगा, this, that. Yes, hoga, but you know, if you're just stuck in a company for like 20 years and make zero money, what's the point, right? So yeah, so that's a simple point, and this is a simple framework that you should apply. Now, by applying this framework, I've been able to pick 6, 7 good stocks that I will speak about. I will also speak some of the Indian stocks also. Please do not consider it as a stock buying recommendation. I will just simply present my viewpoint. Just take it from a learning perspective. So the first stock in the AI domain is Nvidia. The first layer of growth on Nvidia has already happened. In fact, I had this stock in my portfolio. I purchased it late, but still was able to make very good profits on it. I speak about all these stocks on my member community also. In case you're a serious investor, do consider joining it. Just check your experience for 2 months by joining this community. The prices are extremely low, affordable. The type of knowledge that you're going to get is going to be very strong. People have really appreciated this community. So become a part of it. Just sign up for 2 months and see the results yourself. So anyways, coming to Nvidia. Nvidia is a supplier of power when it comes to AI. Now, कोई भी AI application बने, it requires a lot of computational power. What does Nvidia do? It provides advanced microprocessors, so to say, which are nano fiber chips. अब कई लोग बोलेंगे 2000 के नोट में भी थी nano fiber chip. Maybe not. I don't know. But anyways, I hope you got the point that Nvidia is a supplier of power in terms of strengthening this AI revolution. Now, good thing is that the reason why something like Nvidia could continue to grow, especially if you are taking a 10-year viewpoint. And अच्छा एक और बार फिर से बोल दूँ, please note that these are super long-term viewpoint that you are creating your AI portfolio, locking your money and forgetting about it for the next 10 years. So this is the vision with which I am speaking. Please don't come tomorrow and start creating rakas ki hi 2% टूट गया स्टॉक, लूट गए, बर्बाद हो गए. प्लीज डोंट से ऑल दैट स्टफ. यू नीड टू शो अ लिटिल बिट ऑफ पेशेंस. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, आई हैड बीन स्पीकिंग अबाउट लाइक SBI कार्ड्स. भैया 5% क्या गिर गया, अफरा तफरी मच गई मार्केट में. सो नो, आई एम स्टिल होल्डिंग दैट. सो यू हैव टू हैव विजन, पेशेंस, हैव अ थीसिस व्हाई यू आर होल्डिंग समथिंग. सो प्लीज कीप दैट इन माइंड. आई एम होल्डिंग Nvidia फ्रॉम दैट परस्पेक्टिव. व्हाई? बहुत ही सिंपल इन्वेस्टमेंट थीसिस है. द फर्स्ट लेयर ऑफ ग्रोथ फॉर Nvidia started somewhere here, right? So it was at 141, it rose all the way to 287. Now it is consolidating. It is looking for another reason to go up. Now see, what typically happens is that first version of chips will come, right? And आज से मान लो 2-3 साल बाद, then you require better, more advanced computational power. Then another round of this computing power will come. Then again, more money will be made by Nvidia, so on and so forth. So at least for a foreseeable future, Nvidia, AMD, these type of companies are likely to do well. Why? Because AI revolution has just started. They are leading chip providers in that space. Abhi consolidate ho chuka hai stock. If you had not purchased it here, it's fine. This is where you could be adding it. And if you're holding it, then you are likely to see good gains. So this is stock 1. Now comes stock 2, which is Microsoft, which is one of my favorite stocks. I've been speaking about it for the last 1.5 years. And the reason why Microsoft is kind of leading the race when it comes to traditional companies, the big tech companies integrating in the AI space, They have control over OpenAI. They are the major investors in OpenAI, which is the most valued AI-based startups. They have a very strong, well-respected leadership, be it Sam Altman, who is directly associated with OpenAI, and Satya Nadella, who is de facto controlling the company. So this is a good deal, good team, can attract a lot of talent and can create a lot of commercial applications. On top of that, what ends up happening is that, again, if you go through that framework that I had shown you, Microsoft is a big company. It can handle lawsuits. It can handle regulation. They have ton of research money to begin with. They have ready customer. Who is the customer? It's Microsoft itself. For example, आपने सुना होगा कि Microsoft Excel होता है. अब pirated software खरीदने वालों से मैं बात नहीं कर रहा हूँ. People who buy like original Excel, what is it? Now it is an application which is used on Windows laptops, so to say. Now that's a मार्केट लीडिंग एप्लीकेशन. जो पीपीटी भैया कंसल्टिंग इंडस्ट्री पीपीटी से बनी है, राइट? पीपीटी हटा दो तो खत्म कंसल्टिंग इंडस्ट्री. सो सिमिलरली इफ एआई एप्लीकेशंस हैव टू फाइंड कमर्शियल सक्सेस, देन यू हैव टू बेट ऑन कंपनीज लाइक माइक्रोसॉफ्ट. Maybe Microsoft will win, maybe Microsoft will not win, but the game that Microsoft is playing is very different from other major players that I'm going to speak about in a minute. But I hope you at least understood the basics of why Microsoft can dominate the AI space or a segment of it. Now, just to add to that, why I feel that Microsoft could be or could remain the biggest AI player, so to say, is very simple, that they are getting to explore something called as blue ocean that they haven't done before. For example, ad revenues for Microsoft had been bad, right? When it comes to Meta, Facebook, Google, they are making crazy amount of money through advertisement revenues. Similarly, Amazon has gotten onto that bandwagon of advertising stuff on their Amazon retail platform, and उनको भी अच्छा खासा कमाई हो जाती है. But Microsoft unfortunately has no ad-based revenue. But that is about to change, or that is already changing. And here you can read about Bing OpenAI integration. Basically, it's a search engine. The moment you start controlling a search, for example, Google पे जाके आप टाइप करते हो लौकी कैसे पकाएं, right? So what are you doing? You are searching how to make लौकी की सब्जी. So that is a search, right? Similarly, on Bing OpenAI, you can also do the same. And the moment more and more traffic goes here, Microsoft is going to benefit from it, and they have already started moving the needle there. That पहले तो कुछ भी नहीं था इनका कुछ revenue. Now they have started to control approximately 5.2% of search ad revenue worldwide. Now Microsoft also makes a lot of money through its cloud service, which is called as Azure. Now यहाँ पे it's not as if that by using artificial intelligence it might be able to sell more stuff. I don't know, maybe not, but they will be able to optimize for cost. That is definitely going to happen. Now another company for which this application of AI helps is Amazon, because they also make a lot of money from AWS, Amazon Web Service, which is again cloud-based platform. उनके भी बहुत पैसे बचेंगे because they will also integrate or figure out a way of integrating it. So both these companies are going to benefit, but net it looks like कि इनका जो core business है for Microsoft, it's going to benefit. New businesses that they are exploring, even that is going well when it comes to integration with AI. So both these companies are going to benefit from there. The third company that I'm going to speak about is Meta. इतनी हलचल मची थी when Meta fell by 50%, and I was probably the only one speaking about that I'm buying Meta at that stage. Now I'm smiling because I had put crazy amount of money on Meta, which has given me massive profits. And the reason why I was betting on Meta was very simple. आप video देख लेना, I will link it somewhere here. It's a very fun video. Please leave the comments also. So anyways, coming to Meta, you can see that this first cycle is almost complete. It is almost back to its previous high, जो भी उसने दिखाई थी पहले. So good recovery by the company there. Now comes the natural question कि भाई चलो ये तो रिकवरी हो गई, अब क्यों, right? From this stage, why is it likely that Meta can still grow if you are keeping a fairly long viewpoint? Again, go through that same framework that I had earlier explained. Research में हो गया, in terms of leadership, they are very good. भाई साहब इतने lawsuit हुए on Meta, अभी तक बचे हुए हैं, तो आगे चल के भी they are going to do fairly okay when it comes to dealing with lawsuits in AI. The game that Meta is playing is very different in the AI domain. So just to understand why Meta could dominate a part of the AI portfolio, read these 2-3 paragraphs. I'll read it with you. So one thing you will read is that Microsoft is investing directly in proprietary AI company OpenAI. मतलब वो applications बना रहे हैं, the way I had spoken about earlier. Now Google, what it is doing is that they are exerting a lot of control in whatever they are building. It is not open source. Open source का मतलब कि सब कोड वोड देख सकते हैं, improvement ला सकते हैं उन सब चीज़ों में. So that is open source. Now what Meta is saying that why waste the cycles of doing things internally, similar to what Google is doing, when the world could optimize it in 30 days. Of course, plenty more experiments and optimization will come, but LLAMA went from being released untuned to managing ChatGPT in a month. So basically what they are saying is that see, Meta's AI system used internally is also available to the public to download, improve and tune. जैसे कि मान लो कि Instagram पे फिल्टर इंप्रूव करना है इन टर्म्स ऑफ टेकिंग पिक्चर्स. आपने खुद देखा होगा कि Instagram पे फोटो ले लो तो फोन के फोटो से ज़्यादा बेटर आती हैं. दिस आई वॉज टोल्ड बाय समवन. मैं Instagram पे पिक्चर अपलोड नहीं करता रहता, तो मे बी आई माइट बी रॉन्ग, बट दैट इज एन इम्प्रूवमेंट, दैट इज एन इंटरनल इंप्रूवमेंट, राइट. अब इस टास्क को इफ दे आउटसोर्स इट टू द पब्लिक एंड उसमें कॉम्पिटिशन रन कर दें, अपना कोड दिखा दें, तो पब्लिक कैन कॉपी दैट कोड एंड से कि हे दिस इज हाउ यू कैन improve it. So Meta will pick it up and imbibe it into their toolkit and improve that particular product. So basically this community building of products is very, very powerful in this day and age, and Meta is acing this game. It is a social platform, please remember that, and they are still leveraging this in the AI domain. This is where they are going with the story. Google right now seems to be confused. So if you are picking 2-3 companies here, then my bet would be something like Meta still. It would be Amazon, it would be Microsoft, it would be Nvidia. These are all solid companies. Now I'm not saying that Google is not going to do well, but at least as of now, there is no angle to Google's AI play, which we can see. Now, of course, I can be wrong. If you're buying Google, buy it for different reasons, but not for AI as of now. Okay, so then comes some of the Indian companies, and if you Google good AI stocks to purchase in India, then you will get this type of list. जिसमें टाटा एलेक्सी हो जाएगा, बॉश हो जाएगा, एंड दुनिया भर की जेंसार टेक्नोलॉजी हो जाएगी. कुछ उन्होंने TCS भी बोल दिया है, AI and all that. See guys, these are not AI companies. I'm not trying to rub any nationalistic sentiments here. I'm giving you very objective, practical, to the point picture. Whatever innovation is happening at big tech players, once they find product market fit कि बना लिया यार Amazon ने कुछ product, now can you contextualize it to the Indian space, Indian ecosystem, Indian diaspora? That is the type of work many of the companies might do. So that is where India's AI bet right now is. Like it or not, we are not at that level जहाँ पे हमारी रिसर्च prowess इतनी ज़्यादा हो. सिंपल से एग्जाम्पल सोच के देखो that for example, if there is a very good coder, a very good developer who understands the AI space, would they not choose to work at OpenAI? आप इंडिया में कौन सी कंपनी उससे काम करा लोगे? And will they be able to pay that much money? Not even a fraction of it. That is the unfortunate reality, and therefore it is very difficult for any of these companies to become like a leading AI player. They can be secondary players in the AI space. So in case you are betting on it, again, go through that simple framework checklist that I have spoken about. Bet on these companies subsequently later, not as of now. You can wait for 2-3 years, see how AI war is getting played out, and then finally you can make a pick. But if you feel, yaar, sabr nahi ho raha, right? We have to buy some company using this AI theme in India. What could that theme be? Okay, so I'm going to give a very controversial opinion here. My bet would be something like Jio. Okay, now why am I saying Jio? It's very, very simple. Right now, Jio is experimenting with a ton of things, right from like its streaming service, right from its finance, जो Jio Financial उन्होंने खोल लिया है, right from having partnerships with big companies like Google, Facebook वगैरह वगैरह. So it has that technology interplay, जिसको transfer of technology बोला जाता है. So for something like Jio, handling regulation is fairly easy, straightforward. They can easily do it. Do they have the money? Yes. Do they have connections? Yes. Do they have that transfer of technology thing whenever it happens? Yes. Then comes the natural question कि भाई साहब माइक्रोसॉफ्ट को ज़रूरत क्या पड़ रही है या गूगल मेटा को ज़रूरत क्या पड़ रही है that they have to partner with Jio. Well, that is where regulation or India-centric regulation comes into the picture, that you require a local partner. I'll just leave my conversation there. I'll not speak anything more. You guys are smart. You can figure out what I'm trying to say. But I hope if you are thinking about कि अच्छा 10 सालों तक I have to invest in an India-based AI company, which company should I pick? I would personally pick Jio from that perspective. Am I buying Jio now? The short answer is no. When will I be buying? I will explain all the details in the community section. I will write a post tomorrow on Jio Financials and Jio. But I hope that you enjoyed this conversation. You learned something new. And as a next step, do learn about one sector in India which is actually growing, where there are great investment opportunities. So study these finance stocks. In India, finance sector is still my preferred sector or go-to sector for investing. If you watch this video, you will have a very clear idea. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.